Alright, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone that rule impeccably well. And Shalom to the Arkim that's pushing this truth in sincerity across the four winds. Alright. Now I just want to get into a quick video. And it's going to be based on this article I've come across on theguardian.com. And you can also find this article on other sources, that was leaked around, 24 hours ago. And, it's another vexing development in this wicked kingdom that we currently inhabit, that's headed by the so-called white man who is Esau Edom, man, who are the biblical Edomites, man, Now, as you can see here, the title reads, Healthy Mice with Same-Sex Parents Born for First Time. All right, and I believe that this was done by scientists in China. All right, now I'm just going to read a few excerpts from the article. And it says here, healthy mice with two mothers have been born for the first time in a study that pushes the boundaries of reproductive science. All right, now, this is why, this kingdom and the wicked inhabitants of this kingdom are going to be taken out of the power seat, man, because they're going against, the fundamentals of, the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And they're trying to introduce abominable ideas and abominable, sciences and heresies into this thing, man, into this world, man. All right? And that's not acceptable because, whenever you look in the animal world or you look in, the human world, all right, it's a male and a female entity that has to come together to produce life. All right, that's just the fundamentals. That's just the stages that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has set up, and that's righteousness. So, you have these other nations, you got these heathens, and, it's really all inspired by Esau, because Esau is really the first to delve into these things. All right, you got these heathens, and, you got Esau, the primary heathen, that are actually trying to pervert the way that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has set up, reproduction to be carried out, which is a very simple and perfect way of doing things. All right? Now, it says here, healthy mice with two mothers have been born for the first time in a study that pushed the boundaries of reproductive science. Mice with two fathers were also born, but only survived a couple of days. So, look, man, that just shows you that what they're doing, they're trying to push something that doesn't even work. All right? It doesn't work, and even if it did somehow work, which they're claiming now, that is not how the Lord has set it up to be. All right? So these heathens have no problem going against the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why the scriptures say, what have thou to do with my statutes and commandments, man? They have nothing to do with them, and neither do they fear, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why they do these things. That's why they imagine these vain things, man. All right? And it says here, there is no imminent prospect of the techniques being used clinically in people. But the findings demonstrate that the biological barriers to same-sex reproduction can technically be overcome. All right, so now they're saying that, one day it's going to be possible, because as they're saying, they've claimed they've done it with mice now. All right, they're going to, progress and carry on to attempt to do it with humans, man, and try and have two men create, life, which is not even life, it's death, man. All right, and, you can guarantee Esau's done all kinds of stuff in the background in a lab, trying to make these things come to pass. But he hasn't perfected it because it's something that can't be perfected, because it goes against the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? Now it says, this shows us what's possible with Wei Li of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a senior author of the paper. And this is why you heathens have to be enslaved, man. Because this is the kind of madness that a heathen does when he's left to his own devices. When heathens have no law to follow, they basically just imagine vain things, as the scriptures say. All right? That's why they have to be governed over and ruled over. That's why the Lord set it up like this, because The only people upon the face of the earth that have the true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of how to, properly govern the world is the Israelites, man. Right? Starting with you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and anyone for your father that descends to those lines, man. Right? We're the only ones that should be ruling over the planet Earth and ultimately the universe to make sure that things like this don't happen. And that is indeed going to be our job in the kingdom. All right? Is making sure that everything runs according to Yahweh Shem Yahushai and making sure that everything is judged and, coerced righteously in the world, man. Right? This is why the Lord is going to exalt his people so you don't hear about stuff like this no more. All right? Scientists had previously managed to produce baby mice with same-sex parents, but the offspring had serious abnormalities, and the methods used often required convoluted sequences of genetic manipulations, sometimes involving several generations of mice. All right? So clearly, right, it's wickedness, and clearly it doesn't work, but what these heathens are going to do is carry on pushing the false deception that one day it's going to be possible. All right? So let's get into a few scriptures and we'll close out, man. Because this place is all kinds of wicked, man. This is why, the righteous, the hopeful elect sigh and cry for the abominations thereof. Because when we see things like this, it literally just makes you want to throw up, man. It makes you think, what kind of world is this that we're currently inhabiting? Now this is Psalms 82 and verse 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. So they know not, neither will they understand. Why? Because it hasn't been given unto them to understand, man. The way of righteousness hasn't been bestowed to the other nations. All right? The way of righteousness was only bestowed upon you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, 1/3 of you on this side. All right? Ultimately, he's going to possess the knowledge in these last days, man. But in the kingdom, all of Israel is going to have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and there's going to be, rulers, man. All right? And righteous people upon the face of the earth. All right? Neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. Now, this is clearly an example of a people, a nation walking on in darkness, man. Trying to bring two mice together, two female mice and male mice to reproduce. You're trying to pervert something that's already been made perfect. The Lord put both on the earth for a reason. So why would you want to use one and X out the other? It shows you the foolishness of the mentality of this world, man. All right? All the foundations of the earth are out of course. And that's right. All the foundations of how things are meant to be done are out of course. Right? Because they're doing away with the foundations of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? But they're not going to get a chance to make a full end of turning everything upside down, man. Because the Lord is going to come back and he's going to reclaim the kingdom, so to speak, man, and give it to you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're going to take the kingdom, as it tells us in the book of Daniels, man. All right? All the foundations of the earth are out of course, man. So everything, the reset button needs to be pressed on this kingdom, man. The reset button needs to be pressed on this place, man. And everything needs to be purified and reevaluated in righteousness, man. All right? That's what's going to go down, man. And Lord willing, very soon, man, because as it tells us in the scriptures, if Esau was left, and ultimately the heathen, if they were left to continue in their madness, man, then no flesh will be around to be saved, man. Because these guys, the things they're imagining, the vain things they're imagining, and the things that they're doing is only going to lead to their own destruction. Ultimately, it's going to lead to their own destruction. Because if you want to X out men, that's really what it's about. They want to X out the male gender. Right, which is crazy, right? They want to give women the opportunity to actually bear children without a man. So what does that do? That X's out the man. So then what's going to happen? The man is going to become extinct in their world. What kind of madness is that? It just shows you, the wickedness. That's why these guys are going to be put in chains, man. When the Lord comes back. Isaiah 29:16, it says, surely your turning the things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say unto him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding, man? That's exactly what they're saying, man. Right? They're turning everything upside down upon its head, right? Trying to basically saying, look, man, we don't have to do it this way, right? We can do it this way, the opposite way, and it still can work, which evidently it can't work, man. right? And it's as if you're saying to Yahweh Shem Shai that, look, man, even though you made us, look, man, we're wiser than you, man. They're actually trying to profess that they're wiser than Yahweh Shem Shai, even though Yahweh Shem Shai created them, right? So this just shows you, the low base and state of mind and people that we're dealing with on this side, man. Yeah? That's why we sigh and cry for the abominations thereof, man, because this can't continue for no longer, man. The Lord is not going to leave his elect in the hands of their oppressors for too much long, because we can see how things are getting in the world right now. And, hey, man, we at the end, man. That's all I can pretty much say about that. And, with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And I'll say shalom.